Hello everybody. Today we will go over the D2 deliverable requirements and instructions. So on your D2L resources tab you should find slides that tell you how to do the D2 deliverable. So this will not only cover the requirements but the instructions. So let's go through this. As I always say, unless I make an egregious error, I'm just going to keep filming, to use a funny term, even if I start to make mistakes. So here goes. Let's hope for no mistakes, or small ones, or funny ones. Okay, so D2, the requirement is for you to create an easyDITA data sheet. You have to create a data sheet in easyDITA that consists of 3 topics: an introduction, which will be a DITA default topic, and if you're a graduate student you have an extra requirement to include an image, a how-to topic, which will be a DITA default task topic, and specifications, which will be DITA default concept topic. Actually, that will be a DITA default reference topic. You will need to create a DITA map that links the files, that links each topic, and then from that DITA map create a PDF file and HTML files. You'll then zip the deliverables and email them to me. Actually, you don't do that, you just notify me. Because I can look in easyDITA and find your work. Okay. All right. So the requirements are that the introduction will be worth 2 points. It must have a title, paragraph, and bulleted list. The introduction must include an address city. The city must be linked via a DITA conref. And hopefully you'll remember what a conref is from your reading that you did about DITA. Graduate students must include an image. The second requirement is to create a procedure using the DITA task. This is worth 2 points. The DITA procedure must have at least 5 steps. And then create a specification sheet using the DITA reference topic. This is worth 2 points. The specification sheet must have at least 2 definition lists. Again, hopefully you know what a definition list is based on your reading. You'll then need to create a DITA map using the DITA map This is worth 2 points. And then you'll need to compile a PDF file and HTML. And this is worth 2 points. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 points total. Okay, so let's get started. These are the instructions. You will navigate to the easyDITA site, which is right there. You'll log in using your username and password. Click the author button at the top of the screen and navigate to your assigned folder. Then you'll create a data sheet. The instructions are here. Then you will add content to your introduction. And the instructions are here. You'll have to add a conref. The instructions are here. I'm going quickly through this, but don't worry, because I will actually demonstrate all of this, so don't worry about if I'm going too fast. If you're a graduate student, you'll need to insert an image. The instructions are here. You'll have to do a how-to instruction, etc., etc. And then you'll create a map, and then you'll publish, and then you'll notify me that you've created. So I'm going through this rather quickly, but I think the real value of this video will be as I demonstrate. So I'm going to navigate to this location, copying that to my clipboard, and then I'm going to go through the procedures. You can follow along with the slides if you like. So I'm going to log in. I'm going to click the author button. I'm going to navigate to my assigned folder. Remember, I sent you an email saying that your assigned folder was somewhere in the under the Content tab. So I will go to my assigned folder, which is 00. There are no folders yet in this file. That's good. So now I'm going to advance to slide number 5 in the instructions, and I'm going to create, this is that slide, I'm going to create my datasheet introduction. So I will click the folder icon right up here, and I will get a dialog, and it'll ask me what I want to call this. I'm going to call it PSU_datasheet. Okay, and I'm going to create, and I'm going to let it open the folder after create. And then I'm going to click the Create New button in the upper left-hand corner here. And I'm going to pick Default Concept. And I'm going to call it Introducing the Super Rocket. Okay. And then I'm going to click the blue Edit, Create and Edit button, just like the instructions say. And then I'm going to advance to slide 6. And slide 6 looks like this. This is how we enter our content. You can follow along if you'd like. So I'm going to enter a short description and a paragraph about the product. I'm going to click into the short description field, and I'm going to say the super rocket is one of 3 sold by our company. Period. And then I'm going to say the super rocket flies higher than any rocket in the world. It is safe and fun by a super rocket today. Okay, while the cursor is still at the end of this paragraph, I'm going to click the plus insert menu and pick unordered list and create the list. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to click unordered list, and I've created a list. Now I'm going to advance to slide 7, and I need to create my list. So before I advance to slide 7, I'm going to put some bullets there. Let's see here. Super rocket we'll say starter model, and I'm just going to hit enter, and it gives me another bullet. Super rocket medium model, super rocket super duper model. Okay, now I'm going to advance to slide 7, and it says to place your cursor on the paragraph above the unordered list and click on the reuse icon. So I'm going to click the cursor above the list at the end of today. Is that right? Place your cursor on the paragraph above the unordered list and click reuse content icon. Okay. So here's my reuse content icon. Click Insert Conref. Okay. Oops, I'm going to cancel that. It looks like I'm having a funny network thing. So I'm going to click out of this because I think something went wrong here. My network is acting really flaky today, so I will address that off screen. Let's ignore that little thing. Let's try that again. Reuse content, insert conref. That's more like it. Now I'm going to navigate to the Space Travel Gadgets Inc. directory. And I'm going to double click Documents. I'm going to double click Company Information. And I'm going to click the checkbox next to Company Information. That gives me this dialog. The requirement is only to put in the state information, the city, state, zip. So I'm going to click the city, state, zip, and I'm going to click the P for paragraph, and I'm going to click the blue select button, and there's my conref. That means that this content is from a different topic. This is very common in one of the advantages of using DITA. And I'm going to click Save, and I'm going to click Close. I think that this dialog message is probably wrong, but I'm just going to take a quick look at it to make sure that it saved my... Yeah, it saved everything. That looks good, so I'm going to click that. That's not a step that you have to take. That's just me making sure that I indeed saved my work. Okay, now I'm going to advance to slide 8, and I'm going to click my Open button. Or my Edit button, excuse me. And so this says to prepare an image and have it ready in an easy to find place. What that means is if you want to import an image to the image directory, you can do that, and there are a separate set of instructions for doing that. You basically just navigate to that directory and click Upload into the Shared Images directory. And then we'll place our cursor at the end of the first paragraph before the bulleted list. Okay, so we're going to place our cursor here again, and we're going to, from the plus insert menu, we're going to pick figure. Okay, so I've picked figure. Now I'm going to advance to slide 9, and I'm going to click the title field next to figure and enter a title. So I'm going to call this Super Rocket Starter Model. Okay, then it says to click the yellow stripe below the figure, then click Change. So I'm going to click this yellow stripe here, just going to single click it, and I'm going to click Change here, and I'm going to navigate to the Images directory. It's right here. I click Images. Maybe I'll double click Images. Make sure my network isn't flicky again. It is being flaky again, so I'm going to fix that off screen. Connect. Yes, nothing like having a flaky network when you're... Okay, so I'm going to click off of Images and click back into Images. And now I see. Okay, so the instructions say to pick fruit, which is this guy here, fruit 03. But I'm going to go ahead and pick Super Rocket. And click the select button. So put the Super Rocket in there. And you'll notice that it says please set the image width via the proportions, the properties plane. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to actually hit set width here and set it to 250. Click apply and close. Okay, so now I have everything the way I need it to be. So I'm going to advance to page or to slide 10, and now I have to click datasheet how to. So I'm going to save this. And I'm going to look at my network because it looks like my network got flaky again. It surely did. Fixing it, fixing it, fixing it. Okay. So now it's saved. Now I'm going to close. Take a quick look. Yeah, looks good. Okay, so now I am on slide number 10, and I'm going to click Create New and Default General Task. And I'm going to say how to use Super Rocket. Okay, and create and edit. Okay, I'm going to put a short description in here. Using Super Rocket. Okay, I'm going to do step 1. Step 1 is, excuse me, I'm advancing to page, to slide 11. Light the fuse. I'm just going to add step here and step away. Add step here. Watch it fly. Okay. And then I'm going to click into the result and type it will land. Period. Okay, I think I'm good. And now I'm going to click save. My network seems to be failing at every step here, so hopefully it won't make this a very long video. Okay, saving, saved, close. And now I have to actually look every time because of my flaky network to make sure it's saved. Okay, nope, that's not the one I wanted to look at. This is the one I want to look at. Okay, looks like we are in good shape. And now I'm going to advance to slide 12 and create my specifications. So I'm going to click New, Default Reference, Specifications for Super Rocket. Create and edit. Okay, now I'm going to advance. To my next slide, which is slide 13, I'm going to add a short description. Specs for super rockets. And now I'm going to click in the body section. I'm going to say insert section. And I'm going to give it a title. Characteristics. So somewhat spelled correctly. And then I'm going to enter it, click the insert menu. I'm going to click into paragraph, click the insert menu, and click definition list. And I'm going to fill out my term, which is height, and fill in my definition, which will be 3 feet. And I'm going to then click below the solid line, and I'm going to insert another definition list and call this one weight and say 100 pounds. I think that was the requirement to have 2 definition lists, so I'm going to stop here. If you want to add more, you can add more using that same procedure. So now I'm going to click Save. Going to click Save and close. Okay. Take a quick look at that. Looks good. Okay. Now I'm going to advance to slide number 14. And this is to create a datasheet map. So I'm going to create new in the upper left. And I'm going to click Default Map here. Okay, and I'm going to call it Datasheet for Super Rocket. Okay, and I'm going to click my Create and Edit button here. And it created my, I'm advancing now to slide number 15. It created my map here, but it put the work area here in the left-hand panel. That's totally normal. So this is actually open, and we have this in our left-hand panel labeled Tools. Now I'm advancing to slide 16, and I'm going to actually drag the topics in the order that I want them into my map, and I'm going to click Insert at each step. Okay, so first I'm going to start with my introduction. I'm just going to drag it into here and click Insert. And then I'm going to click my How-To. I'm going to drag it into here and click Insert. And then I'm going to finally drag my specifications, and I'm going to click Insert. Okay. Now I'm advancing to then I'm going to click Save. Let's see here. Okay. Save in the left-hand side here. Okay, now I'm going to click Close. Okay, so now I am on slide 17. See if something funny happened here. it did. Okay, so there we are. I'm going to click the View button here under my data map. And from here, I can actually click my Publish button in the upper right. And I'm going to click Open Toolkit. And then it tells me that this map has not been published. Click New Publish to start one. So I'm going to click New Publish. And now I'm going to advance my slides to slide 18, and I'm going to add a description. Super Rocket. And then I'm going to click my basic 1.5.3 and click the Add button. I'm going to pick my trans type. I'm going to leave the locale as source English. I'm going to change my trans type to PDF, and then I'm going to click Publish, and it says it's publishing. It says it's running, and it's going through. It's actually using the Data Open Toolkit in the background. Remember, we talked about we know how to use the Data Open Toolkit, but we also, most tools will shield us from that. So that's very good. I have my finished data sheet here, so I'm going to click it, and I'm going to click Download. And I'm going to save my file, and I'm going to navigate into my desktop, my ATW directory or folder, and I'm going to save it as datasheet for Super Rocket. Okay. And now I'm going to look into that directory. And sure enough, there it is. So I'm going to extract it. And it says, where do you want to put it? I'm going to put it right there. Okay, so here's my, that went kind of quickly. It actually opened it for me. So here's the directory that I downloaded. And here's my data sheet. Here's my basic 1, 2, 3. And here's my PDF file. If I look at this PDF file, I see the datasheet for Super Rocket, my table of contents, introducing. There's my paragraph. Here's my picture. Here's my figure. And here's my Conref address. That's good. Here's my how-to section. And here's my specifications. So this looks pretty rudimentary and not very interesting, but that's okay. I've satisfied the requirements for that data sheet. So now I'm going to look into, I'm going to keep this open, just slide it out of the way. I'm going to close this, and I'm going to do a new publish, and this time I'm going to change it to HTML or XHTML. Okay. And I'm going to click Publish. Remember, we have two requirements, the PDF and the HTML. Okay, so it's running, and now I have my, well, I should have given it a different name because I'm not sure which is which. This is XHTML, okay, the top one. I'm going to download it, save, and put it in the same place. And I'm going to take a look. And sure enough, I have the new one here. I presume it's this one. And, oops, I'm going to go back. Because I'm in Windows, I'm going to say extract all. and I'm going to extract, and there it is. Click into it, go into my index, and I see that I have links in my index, so I can link to, yep, everything looks good, and link to this, or click this link. Oh, it's right here, how to use, okay, looks good. Click into specifications, it's here, looks good. I have fulfilled this requirement. So now I will close out of this. Make sure you don't hit delete because I won't be able to see it as the professor. And now I will simply send an email to the professor saying I've completed D2. Please take a look. And the professor will take a look at the PDF file and at the HTML file and also the project to make sure that you have definition lists and that you've filled in the descriptions and everything is in good shape, and I will give you points for everything that you do correctly. So that's the end. Please do let me know if you have any questions, and I will conclude this video.